From 5 October 2025, crucial changes affecting your Centrelink pension payments are now active, including significant rate increases you should already be receiving, new deeming rates that could change your payment amount, and updated eligibility rules that might qualify you for benefits you've never received before. Whether you're on the age pension, DSP, or carer payment, or wondering about your Commonwealth Seniors Health Card eligibility, this video explains exactly what's changed and what you need to do right now. The most important update affecting your pension payments right now relates to the substantial increases that came into effect on the 20th of September 2025, which means by the 5th of October, you should already be seeing these higher amounts in your bank account. Single pensioners receiving the age pension, disability support pension, or carer payment are now getting an extra $29.70 every fortnight, bringing the maximum full-age pension rate to $1,178.70 per fortnight for singles. Couples combined are receiving an additional $44.80 per fortnight, which takes the maximum combined payment to $1,777 or $888.50 each per fortnight. This increase happened automatically without any action required on your part, and if you haven't already noticed this boost in your recent payments, it's worth checking your Centrelink online account or your bank statements to confirm the new amount has been applied correctly. What makes this October particularly significant is that alongside these payment increases, there have been changes to deeming rates that could affect how much pension you receive moving forward. Deeming rates are the interest rates that Centrelink assumes your savings and investments are earning, and they're used to calculate your income for the age pension income test. From 20 September 2025, the lower deeming rate increased from 0.25% to 0.75%, while the upper deeming rate rose from 2.25% to 2.75%. For singles, the lower rate applies to the first $64,200 of your financial assets, with anything above that deemed at the higher rate. For couples, the lower rate applies to the first $106,200 of your combined financial assets, with amounts over that threshold deemed at the higher rate. These deeming rate changes are important because they represent the first adjustment since May 2020, when rates were frozen at artificially low levels during the pandemic. The impact of these deeming rate changes varies depending on your individual circumstances, particularly how much you have in savings, shares, managed funds, or superannuation that's counted as financial assets. If you're currently receiving the full age pension, you might find that your payment reduces slightly due to the higher deemed income from your investments, even though the actual earnings on those investments might not have changed. Estimates suggest that approximately 180,000 full-rate pensioners could become part-rate pensioners as a result of these deeming rate changes. However, it's crucial to understand that many of these people will still receive higher overall payments than before, because the payment rate increase of $29.70 for singles and $44.80 for couples often more than offsets the reduction caused by higher deemed income. The key is understanding your specific situation and checking your payment details to see exactly how these changes affect you personally. For those of you with modest savings, the good news is that these deeming rate changes might have minimal or no impact on your pension, especially if your financial assets fall below the thresholds where the income test starts reducing your payment. The age pension uses both an income test and an assets test, and you'll receive whichever test results in the lower payment. Many pensioners are actually limited by the assets test rather than the income test, which means that changes to deeming rates don't affect their payment at all. This is particularly relevant for homeowners with some savings, but not excessive amounts, as your family home is exempt from the assets test. Beyond the age pension changes, the Commonwealth Seniors Health Card has undergone remarkable eligibility expansion that's relevant right now in October 2025. The income thresholds for this valuable card increased dramatically to $101,105 annually for single people and $161,768 for couples, effective from 20 September. This means that by early October, thousands of self-funded retirees who were previously just above the old income limits can now apply for this card and start accessing substantial healthcare savings. The Commonwealth Seniors Health Card provides access to cheaper prescription medicines through the PBS, where you'll pay only the concessional rate for medications rather than the general rate, potentially saving hundreds or even thousands of dollars annually, depending on your health needs and medication requirements. The benefits of the Commonwealth Seniors Health Card extend well beyond cheaper prescriptions. When you hold this card, you become eligible for bulk billing with many doctors who might otherwise charge gap fees, which can save you money every time you visit your general practitioner or specialist. You'll also access the concessional extended Medicare safety net, which provides better Medicare refunds for out-of-hospital medical expenses throughout the disability support pension recognizes the financial challenges faced by people managing ongoing health conditions that significantly impact their ability to work. And these regular increases ensure that payment rates keep pace with rising living costs. If you're on DSP and your circumstances have changed, particularly regarding your ability to participate in work or your medical conditions, it's worth reviewing your situation with Services Australia to ensure you're receiving all the support you're entitled to. Carer payment recipients have similarly benefited from the September increases, which are now fully reflected in your October payments. If you're caring for someone with a disability, severe medical condition, or who is frail-aged, whether that person is your spouse, a family member, or friend, the increased carer payment provides better financial recognition of the vital but often demanding role you play. Carer payment is income-tested like the age pension, and the recent changes to payment rates might mean you're now eligible for a part payment, even if you weren't previously qualifying due to other income sources. It's worth checking your eligibility if you're providing significant care but thought you earned too much to qualify. Veterans and their families receiving DVA pensions should be aware that the Department of Veterans Affairs operates slightly different payment structures, though many veterans also interact with Centrelink payments. If you're a veteran receiving a service pension or other DVA payments, it's important to understand how these interact with any Centrelink payments you might be eligible for, as there can be advantages to reviewing which payments provide the best outcome for your situation. The DVA also provides specific health cards and access to medical services that can work alongside or instead of Centrelink concession cards, depending on your circumstances. Superannuation continues to play a crucial role in retirement planning and age pension eligibility, particularly through the Deeming Rules and Assets Test. From 5 October onwards, if you've recently reached pension age or are approaching it, understanding how your superannuation balance affects your pension entitlement is essential. Superannuation counts as a financial asset once you reach pension age, regardless of whether you've withdrawn it or left it in your super fund, and it's subject to both the assets test and income test through deeming. However, there can be strategic advantages to how you manage your super in retirement, including whether to take it as a lump sum, an account-based pension, or leave it invested, as each approach has different implications for your age pension entitlement and your overall retirement income. The work bonus scheme remains an important feature for age pension recipients who want to continue working, allowing you to earn additional income without it affecting your pension payment. Currently, you can earn up to $11,800 per year from work before it starts reducing your age pension, and this concession recognizes both the value of older Australians continuing to contribute to the workforce and the financial benefits of having extra income to supplement your pension. If you're considering taking on some part-time or casual work, understanding how the work bonus operates can help you maximize your income without unnecessarily reducing your pension payment. I'd love to hear from you in the comments about how these October changes have affected your situation. Have you noticed the increased payment in your account? Has the deeming rate change impacted your pension amount? Are you planning to apply for the Commonwealth Seniors Health Card now that the income thresholds have increased? Your experiences and questions often help other viewers understand their own situations better, and sharing information within our community benefits everyone. If you're finding this information valuable, please hit the like button and subscribe to stay updated on future changes to pension payments and eligibility rules, as these updates happen regularly throughout the year. The payment schedule for October 2025 follows the usual fortnightly pattern, with most pensioners receiving their payments on the same schedule they've been accustomed to. Your specific payment date depends on when you first became eligible for your pension and which payment cycle you're on. You can check your exact payment dates through your Centrelink online account, accessed via MyGov, or by using the Express Plus Centrelink mobile app, which provides convenient access to your payment information, upcoming payment dates, and allows you to report changes or update your details easily. For those who prefer phone or in-person service, Services Australia remains available through their phone lines and service centres, though online services typically provide faster access to information. Looking ahead beyond October, pension payments are indexed twice yearly, typically in March and September, which means you can expect regular reviews of payment rates to keep pace with inflation and wage growth. These indexation adjustments ensure that the purchasing power of your pension is maintained over time, though the actual increases vary depending on economic conditions. Understanding this indexation schedule helps you plan your finances and anticipate when payment rates might change in the future. The key message for October 2025 is that substantial improvements to pension payments are already active in your account, with singles receiving an extra $29.70 per fortnight and couples getting $44.80 combined more than before. However, the deeming rate changes mean that some pensioners might see smaller increases than expected, or even slight reductions if they have significant financial assets, though most people will still be better off overall. The expanded Commonwealth Seniors Health Card eligibility represents a tremendous opportunity for self-funded retirees to access healthcare savings, and the increased income thresholds mean that many more Australians now qualify for this valuable benefit. Your immediate action steps are straightforward. First, check your most recent pension payment to confirm it reflects the increased rates that took effect in late September. Log into your Centrelink online account through MyGov to review your payment summary and see how the changes have been applied to your specific situation. Second, if you're a self-funded retiree and your income falls below the new Commonwealth Seniors Health Card thresholds of $101,105 for singles or $161,768 for couples, submit your application as soon as possible to start accessing the healthcare savings this card provides. Third, if you believe the deeming rate changes have incorrectly affected your payment, or if your circumstances have changed in ways that might impact your eligibility, contact Services Australia to discuss your situation and ensure your payments are calculated correctly. Remember that accessing benefits you're legally entitled to is not something to feel awkward about. These Social Security payments and concession cards exist specifically to support Australians in retirement and to help manage the cost of living, healthcare, and other essential expenses. If you're unsure about your eligibility for any payment or card, it's always worth asking Services Australia or using their online estimators, as you might be entitled to support you didn't know existed. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for ongoing updates about pension changes and benefit opportunities that could affect your financial situation. Don't forget to share your experiences or questions in the comments, as your insights often help other viewers navigate these important benefits. Take care, stay informed, and remember that understanding your entitlements is one of the best ways to ensure financial security in your retirement years.